1, 2, 3, go.
Hey guys, so today we are going to discuss about Wipro essay writing, the rules and some sample questions as well. Let's first talk about what Wipro essay writing is all about. So for Wipro essay writing, we get one question and you have 20 minutes. All right, you are going to get 20 minutes to write one essay. Now, to write a particular essay, it needs you to stick to particular rules. Obviously you cannot stick to the entire format, but you need to know how you can form a good essay. You will not get a particular, like whatever topics we say you, it's not possible that you get the like exact topic, but obviously you need to follow a proper structure, and that structure is universal, right? So we are going to talk about some rules that can help you gain extra scores in your pocket, and we can help you to write a good essay altogether. All right, so we are going to move forward with the you know the rules. Okay, top 3 commenters on this video are going to get free access to newly launched PrepInsta Prime. So what is PrepInsta Prime? PrepInsta Prime is our new product. It's just a baby product for all the students, where you are going to get everything in just one place. You want to study coding, PrepInsta Prime for you. You want to learn new skills, PrepInsta Prime is there for you. You want to prepare for interviews, PrepInsta Prime is for you. You want to prepare your resume impressively, or you want to prepare for any of the companies, or you want to prepare for platforms, everything, there's one answer, and that is PrepInsta Prime, right? So that is PrepInsta Prime for you. You can start commenting anything good about, let's say we can talk about any question that may have come to your mind regarding the essay topics, or any good answer or any good solution to any of the answers, or let's say your experience for PrepInsta, like with PrepInsta. All of these can be commented in a really good way, and if we pick you, you are going to win free access. Along with PrepInsta Prime, you are also going to get Royal Pass access for prepinsta.com for that particular period. All right, so that's a cherry on the top. Also, along with that, we declare the winners on Instagram and on Discord every Friday. So do make sure that you are following us on both the platforms, so that if you get picked, you know that you are picked, right? So before moving forward, I'll just give you a quick snippet of what PrepInsta Prime is, right? I'll just take you through our website quickly. This is PrepInsta Prime for you, right? Here we have the cool trailer going on, and then we have internship certification from TCS, as well as nanodegree certification from PrepInsta for completing the courses. Now, if you look at the PrepInsta at one go, you can see, oh, it's kind of a Netflix. Yes, it's not just look-wise Netflix, but it is also structure-wise Netflix. What does that mean? It means that if you, subscribe to our prepinsta.com for, let's say, 1 year or 2 years, you are going to get all of the courses on prepinstaprime.com, all there for you for free, right? You will not have to pay any single added penny to get access to any of the course. If you are buying it for, let's say you want to prepare for Wipro, and you are buying it for 3 months or 8 months or 12 months, you are going to get not just Wipro, but all other companies, all other interview experiences, all other courses, all other coding courses, everything there right in front of you, right? So that is prepinstaprime.com for you. Yes, we are going to get you certifications for completing the courses, TCS Ion certifications as well. You are going to get popular skills, popular languages from C, C++, Java, and Python. Coding, if you are a coder and if you want to learn more about codings, this is for you. We have aptitude sections for you to prepare from. Platforms, if you want to prepare specifically for a specific platform, we have it right in front of you. So if you want to prepare for AMCAT, you are getting added benefits of HackRank, Metal, CoCubes as well. Company, service and product based, if you want to prepare for TCS only, you also get material for Wipro, Persistence, HSBC, Tech Mahindra, Goldman Sachs, Amazon and much more, many more companies. Interview preparation, if you want to prepare for just HR, you got resume, GitHub, puzzles, group discussion along with it. It's complimentary. Projects, CS subjects, coding brush-ups and interview experiences, if you want to learn about learn from the actual interview experiences of the students from a particular company, you can do it right over here. So isn't this just one blockbuster product for you? Yes, it is, and it is going to help you a lot. All right. So yes, let's move ahead with our rules for essay writing. Also, companies are starting to hire, guys. This is the ending year, it's the fourth sems of a year, and people are companies are going to hire. So if you don't want to miss any updates of any of the companies that is hiring, do follow us on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp and Telegram. We are very, very active on all our social media handles, especially Instagram, Discord, WhatsApp and Telegram. So if you have any query regarding any of the things on earth, you can contact us on any of the platforms. On Discord, we're learning live. We have continuing live classes, we have live quizzes and much more interactions. So you can join us there as well. It's going to be a very cool experience for you. All right. So yes, that's with it. And let's move forward with the essay writing. So the overview for it is, we have 4 simple terms that we are going to discuss in this video. It is AI system, on how they rank you or how they score you, We have the grading scheme, on what topics or what, parameters do they check you or they examine you, sample topics for you, and some great hacks that you can use for, scoring good marks in your essay writing. All right, so let's move forward. So we have some sample topics for you. They are, should cricket be declared as a national sport of India? Your views about it. Privatizing essential services like water and electricity chokes the general public. Private jobs versus startups, the new millennial choice. Need to link personal data to every app can be a security breach. Patriarchy is the least noticed yet the most significant structure of social inequality. Lockdown was a blessing for one while a curse for other. Express your views. So these are some sample topics that you can, try and write write an essay for yourself and judge yourself on the basis of it, right? And you can get many more topics on Prepinsta Prime and prepinsta.com as well. So please go check our websites out if you want to know about more sample topics that you can get for Wipro essay writing. Excuse me. Okay, so what is the AI system? What is an AI system? Let's say that you are attempting, let's say there are 100 students in a class and there's one teacher, physical teacher, all right? And if you give him just a day or two to correct all the 100 essays, is it possible for someone to do it? For a physical being to do it? No, right? For that, we use the AI system. What does the AI system do? AI system can, examine your essay very, very minutely. That is what the companies do, because small details and small errors are, not visible to the naked eye. We use the AI system to check the nooks and corners of your essay. If you have missed one punctuation, it will point that out. If you have made one spelling error, it will point that out too. So companies have started to use the AI system known as Intellimetric, where the essays are rated very, very genuinely without any mistakes, and they are examined very minutely, right? So it can examine the details very minutely, and the same system is also used by GMAT. All right, so being aware of AI system is very, very important, because you cannot leave any errors unseen to the AI. So, and we are going to show you on what parameters does the AI check your essays. We are going to quickly dive into it next. So what is the grading scheme that is used by the AI systems or the companies to grade your essays? Because grading an essay is a very subjective type of a question, right? You cannot just say that, okay, these points are there, so it's correct. No, it's very subjective. It's not very objective. So what are the grading schemes that they use? The first is a definitive approach. What is a definitive approach? A definite stand or conclusive point that reflect your thoughts or opinions on a particular topic. So let's say you have been given an essay, all right, and you are writing, and at the end you say that yes, lockdown is good for some and bad for people and bad for some. Okay, that is your conclusion, but is that definite? No. You have to say whether the lockdown was good or bad. You have to stick to one side, right? You have to be either plus or minus, right? You cannot say it's both plus and minus. No, you cannot sum them together. You have to stick to one side. You have to tip your balance scale to one side, right? That is a definitive approach. And if your approach is clearly visible to the AI, then you are going to get plus 10 marks for it. All right, you are going to get plus 10 marks. You're going to be scored positively. And if you tip around plus and negative both, if you're going to tip around both, then you will either miss on that point or you will get negative marking. All right, so it is very, very important that you stick to one conclusion. Yes, you can talk about both the pros and the cons in the explanatory part, but in the conclusion, you need to stick to one point. You need to tip your scale to one side. Either it's the pros or it's the cons. Right? It cannot be both. That is a definitive approach. Next, we have punctualization and capitalization, right? Punctuation and capitalization is very, very important. And yes, a physical human being can miss out on, grading, punctuation, capitalization, but an AI system will not. So you have to be very, very specific. For example, also for this, the negative marking is capped at minus half marks for every punctuation error, and the maximum is minus 10. So if you are making 20 mistakes, you are going to get minus 10. But if you make 21 mistakes, you will only get minus 10 because it cannot be increased, right? So if you make, 20 mistakes, you're going to get minus 10. So beware, please don't make these mistakes because you cannot fool the AI. For example, Jay Shetty, in his book, Think Like a Monk with apostrophes, talks about his journey as a monk and how everyone can cultivate a monk mind in day-to-day life. All right. So see, we have proper capitalization because we have used the proper noun, the name. So we have capitalized, we have used proper commas, we have introduced a book with inverted commas, and we have made sure that all the starting points are capitalized, the initials are capitalized with a comma, and then we're talking about the remaining sentence. Excuse me. It is very, very important that you... Let's move ahead with paragraph assembling. Now, what is paragraph assembling? You cannot put together one after the other, but what can you do is form a proper structure, construct the paragraphs in a way that they look neat first and they look properly structured as well. What is the structure? Introduction, body or explanation, and lastly, conclusion, right? You cannot just move forward with the topic or with writing an essay without introducing it, without explaining it, and without concluding it. So this is the basic structure, and it is very, very important for you to follow this structure. You have to first introduce a subject in the introduction, explain the subject, what is asked. You can talk about the pros and the cons, both the sides, or like the two sides of the coin over here, and you have to stand with a definitive approach in the conclusion, right? Introduction needs to introduce. Body explanation, you can talk about the pros and the cons of a topic, and for conclusion, you need to stick to a definitive approach, right? You need to have a definite conclusion to the essay. That is paragraph assembling. Okay. Spelling, again, you have minus half marks for every spelling, and maximum marks is capped at minus 20. So you can make 40 spelling errors and you will get minus 20. If you make 41, you are going to get minus 20 because it is the maximum marks. But I would try to let you know that do not commit so many mistakes, like do not make so many spelling errors, because that way you are only losing your scores. All right. And the best way to, evade spelling errors is not using words that are very fancy and the spellings of which you do not know. Please do not use those words. Yes, looking good, like writing a good essay is very, very important. Making it fancy is also important because we'll talk about it later. But making spelling errors is not fancy, right? For example, if you're writing a big word, let's say accommodate. Most of the people, sometimes me even, we either use a single C or a single M and we think that, oh, it's a very fancy word, so I'm using it. But it is not the matter. If you are going to use this word and you don't know the spelling, you are going to get minus half marks. And trust me, that happens a lot of times, that we even make spelling errors for the easiest words, the spellings of which we know, but we make an error. So if you want to keep spelling errors at bay, do not use fancy words of the spellings of which you do not know. All right. Diction, again, the same thing that I was talking about. You need to make your essay fancy, right? Fancy in a way that you need to use good words. For example, what is diction? Diction in essay writing means leveraging words that improve the quality of an essay. For example, if you're writing the or so or but, a lot of times these count as single words. Instead of using these words a lot of time, try to use impressive words. Let's say you are using nevertheless. All right. You are using very big fancy words. That way you are improving your diction of the essay. You are improving the quality of your essay. But also beware that you are not making spelling errors. Whatever fancy words you are using, you know the proper spelling of that word, right? So if you are using a proper diction, you are going to get plus 10 marks for it. The better the words, the better the quality of your words, the higher the positive marks that you score. All right. So writing good quality essay is important with diction, but try to evade spelling errors. Try not to commit a lot of spelling errors. Excuse me. Okay. Structuring. As we have talked about earlier, structuring of a paragraph is very, very important, right? Structuring of an essay is very, very important. You cannot just move forward just writing an essay without giving it a thought. You need to first understand what the topic is, try to introduce the topic in a good way and conclude it in a better way. All right. So what is the structure that you need to stick to? Introduction, arguments and explanation and conclusion. Just like I told you, introduction needs to introduce a subject. You need to write an essay in a way that you think that the reader is unknown to the topic. So you need to introduce that topic in a way to the reader that the reader gets what you're going to talk about in the later stage of the essay. All right. It is very, very important that you let the speaker know what you're talking about. So you need to introduce it in few words, good words, but in a better way. All right. So you need to not use many words, because then you're going to lose the count of your words for the remaining essay. So few words, but good quality words and a good structure. All right. Arguments and explanation. Same way, you need to talk about the pros and the cons. Again, you cannot, if you are trying to talk about the positives of something, you cannot rant about the positives in the entire explanation. You have to talk about the cons as well. But where do you need to take a definitive approach? In the conclusion. This conclusion needs to be definite, and you need to talk about either a pro or a con, right? Either pros or cons. You cannot talk about both. Conclusion is the area where you need to take a definite stand. And with definite stand, you need to use good signpost words that help the AI system to understand, okay, now you are going to talk about the conclusion. Now you are going to talk about a definitive stand, right? So structuring your essay is very, very important if you want to get more positive marks. And for structuring, you again have plus 10 marks, all right? Okay, signpost words, just like what I was saying earlier. Using signpost words is very, very important if you want the AI system to understand, okay, that next you are going to state a fact, or next you are going to take a definitive approach, or next you are going to introduce a very, very good thing, a very good statement, right? So for those words, excuse me, we use signpost words. And the more the signpost words you use, the higher the marks you get. All right? Very fancy term. Example, therefore, however, as such, hence, finally, notably, thence, or let's say, although, right? These are the words that you can use for the AI system to understand, okay, now this person is going to give me something very, very interesting. All right, so you can use these signpost words properly. If you Google signpost words list, you are going to get ample, like thousands of signpost words. Pick some of them with which you can create sentences, you can curate sentences and use them in your essays. This is only going to improve the quality of your essay and help you structure a good, well vocabularized, well diction wise essay as well. All right, so you can use two things over here. You can use good diction, so you can score plus 10 marks, and you can use signpost words as good diction, so you can get plus 5 marks. So you have plus 15 marks in your hand to improve your essay and score it, right? Okay. Length of the essay. Again, as I told you, you will have to make your introduction short, brisk, but very interesting and informative. You need to make your body good, like in more words, and very informative, and your conclusion very definitive, right? So in order to structure all of these, you will have only 200 to 300 words. You are not going to get more words than these, and you have to fit your essay within these words, right? So minus half marks if limit is not satisfied, maximum negative marks capped at minus 10. All right. So if you are going below the words, let's say you are writing only 199 words, you are going to get minus half marks because you are going less than 200 words. And if you go 302 words, you are going to get minus 1 because you are increasing 300 words plus 2. Right? So it is capped at minus 10. So if you go to 320 words, you are going to get minus 10. Or if you go to 180 words, you're going minus 10. So if you go, let's say 175, you are again getting minus 10 only. But try not to make this mistake. Obviously, your essay is not going to go beyond the limited, fall short of limited words, but try not to exceed the limit as well. All right. Sticking to the length is very, very important because an ideal length is between 200 to 300 words. Excuse me. Okay. Grammar. Improper usage of grammar can lead to negative marking. Very, very important. In order to write a good essay, you need to be sure of the grammar that you are using, right? You cannot use improper grammar. That way, the AI system is going to reduce your positive marks and you will not get any good marks for it, right? Very, very important that you use proper grammar. You need to know the grammar clues, that is the parts of speeches, how you can use them and how you cannot make any mistake. So please be aware of the grammar, and that way you can improve the quality of your essay and score higher marks. Okay. Just quick hacks for you. Jot down all points in draft first. I hope you have a written Prezi in your 11th and 12th standards. If you have, you know how you can write a good essay. First, you need to jot down all the draft points. Let's say I have been given you a topic, right? With the topic, you directly don't start introducing it. You need to think about the points first, right? You need to write down the points. Let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points instantly in your brain. Then you need to brainstorm and think about 6 to 10 more points. Then you are going to structure it into what is going to be the intro, what is going to be the body, and which points are going to help you in writing a good conclusion. First, jot down the points. After you have written the keywords, form a sentence out of all those keywords. After those sentences are formed, then you can edit and improve the sentences at the end after putting them into a good structure. All right. So these are the hacks that you can use. First, jot down all the keywords that instantly come to your mind. Then structure those points into intro, body, and conclusion. Separate those points as to which point can help you to introduce, explain, and conclude the topic. Then move on after writing the entire essay, after forming sentences and writing the essay. Take some time out, let's say 5 minutes out, and try to edit and improve all the sentences. Try to use signpost words, try to use good diction, see if the grammar is correct, see if the punctuations are correct, see if you have capitalized the needed words and you have not extra capitalized the unneeded words. All right. So make sure that you edit the sentences and improve them. Improve them as well. All right. So these are your hacks that you can use to write a good essay. So this is a complete summary of whatever I've talked about. So you get definitive approach, 10 marks, punctuation and capitalization, minus half marks for each mistake, capped at 10. Paragraph assembling, plus 10. Spellings, minus half, capped at minus 20 max, right? This is minus. Diction, plus 10 marks. Structuring, plus 10 marks. Signpost words, plus 10 marks. Length of the essay, minus half marks, capped at minus 10. And grammar, 10 marks. All right, so you can screenshot this out right now. And then when you sit and try to write sample essays for your practice, you can make sure that you are getting higher positive marks and lesser negative marks. All right. Okay, so now we have a sample question in front of us, which we are going to see if it's correct or not. And we'll see how we can improve the quality of it. All right. So our question is global warming an undeniable truth of planet Earth or is just a hoax to save resources for the future? All right. So we're talking about global warming over here. So what should you need to do? You need to first introduce what is global warming, state its effects, the reasons, the causes, state, if it is true, how we can save from global warming or how we can prevent global warming. And finally, what is your stand if it's an undeniable truth or is it a hoax? All right, so let's see what type of essay is written over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see that there are 5 paragraphs. All right, so to talk about the length of an essay, we can say that the optimal number of paragraphs is 5 and the minimum and maximum is 3 to 7 paragraphs, right? You can write 3 to 7 paragraphs in an essay. However, the optimum number is 5, where you can introduce an essay with first paragraph, conclude with 1 paragraph, and explain in 3 different paragraphs. All right. So we can have 5 paragraphs in total. Let's see what this paragraph or this essay has been about. The average temperature of the Earth has been increasing continually since the late 19th century. The mean global temperature in the 1960s was 13.9 degrees Celsius, whereas 2017 it was 14.9 degrees Celsius. Thus, no one can deny the fact that the temperature have been rising on our planet. Okay, so the person has used a lot of good diction words, continually increasing, let's say, mean global temperatures, and the person has also stated facts over here. So this is a plus point. Humans have been primarily responsible for the release of harmful gases. Our activities, including industrial production, petroleum extraction, transportation, burning fossil fuel, mining, cattle rearing, and deforestation, are reasons for global warming. The first impact of global warming is the melting of polar ice caps and glaciers, causing a loss of habitat for species in frozen zone. Okay. Losing tons of ice could result in the rising of sea levels and inundation of coastal areas all over the world. Okay. So again, this person has used good diction. Excuse me, I'm really sorry for that. So the person has used good diction, right? We can see the word inundation, we can see the word losing tons of ice, primarily responsible. So we are stating facts and causes and reasons as well. This is a good thing, all right? But what can be different over here is we could have, bisected the causes in two paragraphs, because we have excuse me, this part just one line. What we could have done is we could have divided, let's say, from glaciers, right? We could have divided this into a second paragraph and add this line into this paragraph. So we could have gotten two even length of paragraphs instead of one having 7 lines and one having only 1 line. That could have been improved. Again, this person has written in bullet paragraph. Bullet senses, right? In an essay, we never use bullet forms. Either you use simple diction, a simple paragraph forms, or you don't use bullets at all, right? We never use bullets in an essay. So this is a wrong thing. What you could have done is there are some measures and then write the measures one after the other. All right, with a comma or a full stop, or let's say continuing it. That could have been a better thing instead of writing it into bullets. So don't need the bullets, you can write it into an essay form. Finally, we should go to the beaches, parks, and zoos to realize the importance of preserving nature's gift to mankind. So yes, global warming is a real thing, and we as the inhabitants of the planet Earth need to be more cautious and wise when using nature for our good. If not taken seriously, not just the earth, but we will find ourselves too yearning for life and resources to survive. All right, so this is a good thing. So in the conclusion, it is stating that yes, global warming is a real thing. It is not an hoax, it's a real thing. And we have to be very cautious and very wise in dealing with it so that we don't yearn for life, or we don't crave or cry to get resources to survive. Not just the earth, but we as well, the humans, will also cry for it, right? So it has a definite approach in the conclusion. It has with facts stated the introduction. However, the problem was in the body, where the person could have divided 2 even length paragraphs without using the bullets, right? This is a good essay, but some points are here and there wrong, right? So it can be corrected over here. This is just a sample question for you. You can pick up sample topics from the topics that we have given earlier and use those topics to write sample essays for yourself. Also, as I can see that this is like within 300 words. So again, an optimal length and optimal quantity of words into it. All right. Okay. So that is an end. Guys, if you are not following us, excuse me, on our social media handles, do follow us on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram, because we keep posting regular updates of all the companies that are hiring, things that students need to know, the videos that we continually put up on YouTube for you to understand and prepare. So all of these are continuously updated on all of our social media handles. The links are given in the bio. Go check our handles out. And quick up next is a small teaser of Prep Insta Prime that shows how much hard work we have put in to create such a blockbuster website for our students so that they can, get everything in just one place and they don't have to look around over the internet. So please watch that video. And yes, we will meet again with another set of questions for you. And yes, thank you.